Time for another intermission, the stuff that's in between. I love to do those episodes. After 10 episodes, I feel like I need to do an intermission. Why an intermission? It reminded me of why I started this podcast, or the videos, so to speak. My first episode is called Train Tracks, and I'm not recommending this for you to do, but I sat on train tracks. And it just came over me. I looked behind me and realized I'm coming from somewhere, or we all come from somewhere. And I look ahead of me, we're all going somewhere. And right now I'm here. So it's like, what do you say? It's the past, present, and future. But we're on a journey, we're on a way. And sometimes we need to stop, like I do now. Intermission. Intermission also can be, somebody told me the other day, to obviously in between, but you're in between stuff. You're literally in between. You're in transition. You want to go somewhere, but you're not quite there. Stuff is pending. There's things beyond your control. Sometimes you feel stuck. Sometimes, the thing that you wish where you would go next is not manifested yet. Or some of us linger in the past too long, so we can't actually move forward. So that's another thing. I don't want to get philosophical about it, but there's something about the in-between spaces. And I think for most of us, we don't like that. I don't like to be in between. I like it this way or that way. In between is always hard for me. It stirs something in me. I feel uncomfortable. But maybe that's the whole point, that we feel uncomfortable about life sometimes in order to think about it, and something needs to stir in our hearts. And maybe once we figure that out, we can actually move in the direction we feel we need to go next. Anyway, that's for In Between. And in this episode of In Between, first of all, I just want to thank you for tuning in, for listening, for watching, my concept is very simple. I feel like if you like what I'm doing, if you enjoy these episodes, or one of them, then share it with somebody. Share it with a friend. Say, hey, I listened to this episode, PITSTOP Pioneers, about whatever the topic was, and just, forward it and share it with somebody. And that's all there is to it. And I appreciate that. Thanks for doing that. I appreciate your support. And so it gives me a chance to talk about the podcast a little bit. And also here, I want to say a few things. I hope you enjoyed so far my Switzerland episodes. So that's these recordings were from a year ago when I was on a trip in Switzerland. I went different places, recorded stuff. And first I didn't know what to do with it. But then after a while I felt like, why not release those things? It's about hiking, it's about the cows, it's about Swiss foods, it's about Swiss national sports, whatever. You can check it out. And I hope you've been enjoying those. I have sure enjoyed to watch them again and listen to them myself. But it also, there's a few more coming. So just keep you posted. There's maybe 5 more, and then that kind of segment is over. And I wanted to share something about something I've done in the past with a few friends. And it's called Selfish Harry, or Selfish Harry Production. Selfish Harry Production was formed because I'm going to release this soon. That's why I just want to give you a heads up. Selfish Harry Production was formed, a friend of mine. We just played around back in the days. That's 20-some years ago, 25 years ago maybe. And did some videos. There was no YouTube. There was none of the technology that we have available now. Like right now, I'm recording on my phone. And if I want to, without anything, I can just post it, and that's it. At that time, you needed like good equipment, and then editing and all kinds of stuff. It was not that easy. And we couldn't just post it. So what we did, we felt like, hey, whatever videos, audios we did, we wanted to share with our friends. That was the main thing we wanted to do. And in order to do that at the time, the best thing to do it was by email. So we sometimes, the format had to be downsized because there's only a certain amount of bytes that you can send. And so the quality sometimes was not that good, but we still managed. And so we just sent it around, whatever my contacts were, his contacts, and then people forwarded it, whatever. And then at one point, years ago, I was a youth pastor, and a lady or a mother of one of the guys in my youth said, hey, my son saw you on YouTube. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm not on YouTube. It's like, yeah, she saw a video of you on YouTube. I'm like, no, man, there's nothing I ever posted on YouTube. I mean, now I have a channel, but back then, no. And so I was curious, and I was looking for that. And long behold, there was Selfish Harry Production called Grün Tee, or Green Tea. There's 2 versions, one in English, one in Swiss German. And it's all about the reenactment of the WhatsApp. It's like a Budweiser beer commercial in the 90s. And we thought it's so funny. So we did our own version, which was with, instead of just like some sports fanatic, we're all like preppies, students, very uptight, and kind of, instead of beer, we drink green tea, and was all about that, and in Swiss German. What I didn't know at that point, that was like somebody eventually posted it on YouTube and had a huge number of hits at that time. And it was not, we didn't put it out there, somebody else did. And so that was rewarding to some degree. And so recently, the same friend that I did those things with, other recordings with it, sent me a text and said, hey, it's still out there, and it has 100,000 views on one channel. I'm like, okay. So I did some research. I found another site on YouTube was 500,000 views. So all whatever, without now numbering those things. But at the time, years ago, I know it had over 1 million hits, and it still has like 750,000 hits, which is phenomenal, from something that we did and never put out ourselves. So why I'm saying all of this, because I felt like, you know what, maybe it's time that we put this stuff out, the original. The one in Swiss German, Was ist los? Grünen Tee, Selfish Harry Productions, and What is Up? It's kind of our own version of British accent, which is terrible. That's just drinking green tea and having that kind of setting with these friends. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. This is what I want to release soon, and I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you give me a feedback on what's up, Was ist los? Green Tea, Grünen Tee by Selfish Harry Productions. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Tune in again and share, if you want to, share an episode of Pit Stop Pioneers with one of your friends. That's all for now. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.